Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A cruelly rapacious person. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. A cruelly rapacious person. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. Resembling a beast, showing lack of human sensibility. Brute force. A member of an uncivilized people. Without civilizing influences. A savage people. A cruelly rapacious person. Marked by extreme and violent energy. Of persons or their actions, able or disposed to inflict pain or suffering. A savage slap. Criticize harshly or violently. The press savaged the new president. Wild and menacing. Attack brutally and fiercely. A cruelly rapacious person. An exploratory oil well drilled in land not known to be an oil field. Without official authorization. Wildcat work stoppage. Any small or medium-sized cat resembling the domestic cat and living in the wild. Of a mine or oil well, drilled speculatively in an area not known to be productive. Drilling there would be strictly a wildcat operation. Outside the bounds of legitimate or ethical business practices. Wildcat currency issued by irresponsible banks. A cruelly rapacious person. A man who is aggressive in making amorous advances to women. German classical scholar who claimed that the Iliad and Odyssey were composed by several authors, 1759 to 1824. Austrian composer, 1860 to 1903. Eat hastily. The teenager wolfed down the pizza. Any of various predatory carnivorous canine mammals of North America and Eurasia that usually hunt in packs. Marked by the appetites and passions of the body. Animal instincts. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. A person who is controlled by others and is used to perform unpleasant or dishonest tasks for someone else. A human being. White is an archaic term. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. A living organism characterized by voluntary movement. All the animal life in a particular region or period. The fauna of China. Someone who attacks. Someone who attacks. A confident, assertive person who acts as instigator. Someone who attacks. Someone who attacks. A living thing that has, or can develop, the ability to act or function independently. A system considered analogous in structure or function to a living body. The social organism. The state or fact of existing. A point of view gradually coming into being. A living thing that has, or can develop, the ability to act or function independently. Someone who drives racing cars at high speeds. A fast car that competes in races. An animal that races. Slender, fast-moving North American snakes. Designed to arouse lust. Adult movies. A fully developed person from maturity onward. Of animals, fully developed. An adult animal. Any mature animal. Having 2 feet. An animal with 2 feet. Giving or marked by complete attention to. A person who is confined, especially a prisoner of war. Being in captivity. An animal that is confined. A person held in the grip of a strong emotion or passion. Any animal of the phylum Chordata having a notochord or spinal column. Of or relating to or characteristic of the chordata. An animal organism in the early stages of growth and differentiation that in higher forms merge into fetal stages but in lower forms terminate in commencement of larval life. Causing a sensation as of things crawling on your skin. I had a creepy crawly feeling. An animal that creeps or crawls, such as worms or spiders or insects. A regional term for creature, especially for domestic animals. Fish-eating bird of warm inland waters having a long flexible neck and slender sharp-pointed bill. A person or other animal that moves abruptly and rapidly. Squirrels or darters. Any of various animals that have been tamed and made fit for a human environment. Any of various animals that have been tamed and made fit for a human environment. An animal whose body temperature varies with the temperature of its surroundings. Any animal except birds and mammals. An animal organism in the early stages of growth and differentiation that in higher forms merge into fetal stages but in lower forms terminate in commencement of larval life. Botany. A minute rudimentary plant contained within a seed or an archegonium. An outdoor device that supplies food for wild birds. A machine that automatically provides a supply of some material. The feeder discharged feed into a trough for the livestock. A branch that flows into the main stream. Someone who consumes food for nourishment. An animal being fattened or suitable for fattening. An animal that feeds on a particular source of food. A bark feeder. Characteristic of or peculiar to a woman. Female sensitiveness. A person who belongs to the sex that can have babies. An animal that produces gametes, ova, that can be fertilized by male gametes, spermatozoa. Being the sex, of plant or animal, that produces fertilizable gametes, ova, from which offspring develop. A female heir. For or pertaining to or composed of women or girls. The female led in the play. An animal organism in the early stages of growth and differentiation that in higher forms merge into fetal stages but in lower forms terminate in commencement of larval life.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.